Good morning. Hey, it's Wreck, Havoc Wednesday. And what does that really mean? It means that it always looks worse before it looks better. Confusing, I know. So here's a story. My husband is a handyman electrician. And over the years, many years that he has been doing this, our garage began to fill up more and more and more with tools and different things that he would collect on jobs, wood left over from fencing jobs or housing jobs, shelving jobs, wallboard from doing something in the wall, electrical wires and cords and plugs and bolt. He truly loved everything there, and he kept it one more thing in the garage. He used to have, and I'm saying used to have, what he called his hell box. And you can imagine what that is. It's pretty much what it sounds like. He would toss anything in there that was left over, a bolt, a screw, a nail, a piece of wire, the ends that go on electrical wires, etc. He would put in that hell box, and the box got bigger and bigger over the years. And they started to accumulate things in another big bin. And I call those hidey holes because we love to put stuff in places we don't have to actually deal with them or look at them. Just toss them in and leave them. Now, mind you, he'd have boxes of fresh screws and bolts and so forth, yet he would go out and buy more because he didn't have things where he could readily see he had them, and he needed them for a job, and he'd go get more. And of course, whatever was left over would end up in the hell box or hell boxes. And when we decided, during the pandemic in particular, to work together on paring down, giving away stuff he no longer used, tools he no longer did, many of the things that he used to do in his business he no longer was doing. And the garage was just filled with stuff. And I shared with him we're going to put it in like-kind areas. So we ended up with, I don't know, 10 hammers and 15 hand saws of all different sizes, looks, and so forth. And you kind of get the drift. Piles of nails, piles. And pared those down. Trash can was so heavy and full. We had one of those huge wheeling cart, trash cans. So guess what? That was wreck havoc. Boy, did it wreck havoc. Of course, we did do it on one of the hottest days of the year. And it did take more than a day, so just keep that in mind. And it looked awful. Both of us felt a bit overwhelmed and thought, geez, is this ever going to end? Are we ever going to get through it? Which we did. He gave away many tools, especially a young, aspiring contractor young fella. He needed, he actually was going to go into some electrical and cabling work. My husband had extras of some of the tools and diagnostics. He put together a nice toolbox for this young fella and gave it to him. So it was beautiful things like that. And of course, a lot of it ended up in the trash bin. So what do you have that needs to look worse before it gets better? And for me, I'm really good at hiding my stuff, our stuff, because I'm really organized. And I realized I used hidey holes, closets, drawers, cabinets, you name it, bookcases, that I would hide stuff. Mostly I did it to organize without realizing you gotta purge, curate first. So let me know down in the comments, what are your wreck havoc projects that you know are going to look worse before they get better? And that's how organizing is. We somehow think I'll just take a few items away and it'll look better. You can do that too. Nothing wrong with that. I can guarantee you're much better off to pull it all out, deal with all of it, and only put that back which you are truly going to use, need, and love. And some things we'll keep that later on, I did this, so did my husband, later on realized, I don't really use that. I don't really even like it. I don't know why I kept this. And out it would go. Now, I'm not saying it necessarily always goes in the trash, of course not. Many times we pass it along to someone in need. Like sleeping bags we let go of, we gave to a gentleman who collected for the homeless. Many times clothing would go to Goodwill if it was still in good shape. Books went to our local used bookstore or to Goodwill, depending on who was taking books. So you get the drift. What do you need to wreak havoc with first? And not stop yourself, because that's what will transpire. Just notice you're releasing all that toxin and all that energy. So I'm Joan Silva, and I am the leader and curator and administrator of From Clutter to Tidy. You may also join me on my blog, where I do weekly Tidy Up Your Life newsletters and blogs. tidyupyourlife.com. Join me there too.